By day, the streams that remain in Borneo are fascinating enough. Tonight, I team up with zoologist Phil Lewis to explore the forests of Tambunan in western Sabah at around 700 metres above sea level. Right on sunset, the forest lights up with the flashing of fireflies. Oddly enough, these insects are not actually flies at all. They are beetles. Their rear ends use a chemical luciferin to produce light on demand. If you're a firefly, literally flashing your backside is the best way to attract a mate. But on the forest floor is something even stranger. This is a giant firefly. Females of this species remain in their juvenile phase their whole lives. They never grow wings and spend their evenings hunting for snails on the forest floor. Luminous fungus can make the jungle look like a city as it feeds on the decaying bamboo. The branches above a small stream are loud with the calls of long-fingered toads. Although they have no climbing adaptations, they are very good at it. Away from the streams, the forest is alive with the bell-like calls of the golden-legged bush frog. They lay their eggs not in water, but under wet leaves. This brightly coloured frog is nicknamed the tequila sunrise frog. It eats ants and is so far unidentified. Up ahead, Phil notices something in the leaves.
What we've got here is the Bornean horned frog. It's a fairly large amphibian, about the size of your hands. It just sits in the leaf litter just waiting to ambush large invertebrates and frogs and other small animals. Its mouth is so wide it can fit in like something, you know, a third of the size of its body and just swallow it whole. Really good camouflage as well. The pointed tips on its eyelids and its nose just make it look like the ends of leaves. It's almost got like veins running down its body that look like the veins in leaves. It's a real good ambush predator, and its mouth is so wide it equates to half the size of its head and body, the length of its head and body.
Speaking of predators and camouflage,
predators lurk along these streams. What we've got is the Pope's pit viper. It's so called because of the heat sensing pits, which it has between the eyes and the nostrils. And what these pits do is see in infrared. They basically pick up any heat of a warm-blooded animal, such as a small rodent, and it will just lunge and strike so fast and plunge huge front fangs into the animal, stop it within its tracks and swallow it whole. They also like to eat frogs or small lizards, and they basically like hang off like a foot or so, or maybe a couple of feet above the ground, usually facing the ground, ready to strike anything small they can ambush right beneath them. As you can see, this snake is bright green and it displays extremely good camouflage. Now imagine trying to spot this in the middle of a load of foliage. We were lucky to find this as it has a bit of open space around it. But I mean, look at the green, look at that. Most predators, I mean most, small animals are not going to spot this. And the snakes actually don't move much in their lifetime. They stay within a certain area, and they certainly will stay in the same place for the whole night, sitting, waiting patiently for something small to come past, for it to ambush.
But in the bamboo there is something you might not expect.
What we've got here is an arboreal crab that's actually living in an internode. So it's filled up with water. There's a crab in there and it just looks bizarre to see a crab like 2 meters off the ground inside a flooded internode full of midgie larvae as well.